was dedicated to love. He didn't know anything other than that.
Right.
And to be loved even when you're being abused, that's a big deal.
Exactly. Because a lot of people, when they go through abuse, they, become angry and spiteful. But he still managed to, pull throughout all of that. And like I said, from a young age, he kept giving us the message of love in his songs, in his actions, in everything he did.
Yeah, and because he's born that way, when people talk about, as a mother or father, loving parent, loving grandparent, loving friends and relatives and all that, true loving, real loving, they know a human's character. And Michael's character is comprised of loving. His breath, if you could see his breath coming from his throat, it would spell, just so people would know, it would spell Love.
Wow.
And so when you love in that manner, and you love until all it is about love. When you touch a leaf, or you see a butterfly, or you see children. And Michael loved children because children were safe for him. And I told one of his key musicians who recorded with him all the time in the mid-'80s, I told him what Michael would be doing for children. And so Michael did and became one who contributed so much to children. It didn't matter whether a child was ill with cancer or AIDS or had the measles or a sore thumb. Oh, he loved children. And when you love children, their loving souls, their clean, pure hearts, recognize and know that. And sometimes when one sees the naivety or the ease, the caring, then their speed wheels start turning. And when individuals deal with whatever they deem karma to be, that reap what you sow, that what goes around comes around. Well, you see that fool shot himself up there in New Jersey, the one who all he did was want money so he could be a movie producer. And he produced that tired movie, Men in Tights, but he wanted more money. So he lied, and he had his son lie. And so eventually he couldn't live forever with that lie, and he killed himself.
Yes, Evan Chandler, he did that.
Hello, come on now.
Yes.
Justice comes around one way or another, or many ways and other ways. So it's not really our duty to design how justice is going to be. But when we saw that, when we saw what happened, and then when we saw that no matter how those individuals, those lying people who made up stuff about Michael, and then it turned around, they were the criminals. They were the criminal-minded, the greedy humans who were committing fraud. And all he was doing was trying to help their children.
Exactly. What makes me so upset is the people that believe these lies. It's the media that pushes these, liars' agendas. It makes me upset because why, if somebody molested my child or touched my child, do you think I'm going to accept any type of money to make it all go away? No.
When money is the premise anyway, and as I tell everybody, when they're being upset, when you're upset, that means your emotions are unsettled. That means the solar plexus is thrown out of whack. It feels like somebody is beating a drum in the bottom of your abdomen, and your heart begins to beat rapidly. And when individuals are emotionally upset, when they are dealing with emotional disturbances, they're subject to do anything irrational. And you have to take a moment to breathe, however long that moment is. For somebody, it can be the twinkling of an eye. For somebody, a moment of breathing can be 6 days or 6 months or 6 years or 6 minutes. But people have to learn to release all that unsettled chaos so that you can think rationally. Because when you're rational, it's just as I give the example sometimes, one example. A mother whose child has gotten hit by a Mack truck. And when she sees that, that mother runs out, doesn't even think about it, and lifts that truck, doing the impossible to save her child's life. If she'd been running around emotionally, oh, what can I do? Oh, God, how am I going to, what can I do? And it's like, are you kidding? You do what you have to do.
You don't
Michael
think.
and I talked about that also. Because he said, June, how do you do it? I said, honey, the same way you do. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're dealing with. But when it comes time to do what you have to do, you rise to the moment. You rise to that occasion. And as they say on stages in theater and in the industry, the show must go on. And I said, and honey, we can fall apart later.
Right. Exactly. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And I thank you for being in his life. And, I think you're a beautiful inspiration. And, I believe in you. And I know how much he believed in you as well. And I'm sure he was very inspired by you, Reverend June Gatlin. I have some questions from the fans that they'd like to ask you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, Sadie Young would like to ask you if you think Tome Tome had a part in Michael's death.
Well, most type questions are speculative, and they can also become a thing. They can become catalyst for sensationalism. I don't know what Tome did. All I know is Reverend June Gatlin was not afraid of Tome. And I told Michael the same thing, that if he ever wanted me to be with him, when Tome would come to his house, I would be there because I was not afraid of him. But the man had very disturbing qualities, and he threatened people's lives. That is something that is to come out when the investigation continues. And for all of you who love and honor Michael's life and are determined that the investigation will continue, it's the same as I'm not going off. I'm a subject, but it's the same as I'm giving an example of a cold case. When a case is cold and nobody's done anything for regarding that case for 10 years or 6 years or 6 months, then somebody has to say, wait. I want you to open this case. And so that's what you all's responsibility is. I will not speculate about what Tome did. And it's not, I don't have a problem. I'm not fearful of him or anything, but I certainly will not make a judgment or a prejudgment that he had anything to do with Michael's death.
Right. That's understandable. That's understandable. Deronda, for the love of Michael, she would like to know if after you spoke with Michael in the conversation that was recorded about Tome that had been shown on television, what was Michael's next course of action?
Michael was getting his business together. He was working diligently to restructure and change everything, to make sure that children were taken care of. The one thing that I was not, that I said it, I thought that Michael was, because of how he being and releasing and not working with people that he had worked with for even many years, I felt that Michael had created a new will. However, one of the major things was knowing that I tell wanted for his mother. I did that.
You said you knew what he wanted for his mother and children.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
You know, what he wanted for his mother and his children. When he died, I came forth and I spoke about what he wanted for his mother and his children.